Now that that's over, what up, beautiful people? I wanted to make this video because people keep asking me, Ashley, how did you become so confident, so happy, and start your spiritual wellness coaching business? So I feel like now is the best time to get to know me since I am off work, icing my messed up knee. So yeah. So my journey. I gotta be real with you. The journey wasn't cute, but that's the beauty of it. I got tired of being the CEO of making terrible decisions. That was my first startup. I have invested heavily in selling myself short for a really long time. That's embarrassing. Like, I have sold myself short in every aspect of my life. Friendships, romantic relationships, career-wise. I was out here giving people VIP access to my life while they were literally handing me one-seat tickets. At some point, I realized that wasn't confidence. That was people-pleasing in a shiny gown and tiara. Now, when people hear spiritual wellness coach, they think I sit in the woods talking to squirrels and animals, collecting crystals and touching plants, asking the moon for career advice. Which, okay, sometimes. But it means so much more than just a title. I am a certified life coach who focuses solely on helping people build self-love and unshakable confidence. Because I genuinely believe everything starts there. Think about it. Most of the bad decisions we've made in life happened because we didn't believe we deserved better. Those late night cringe-worthy decisions, yep, they happened because we thought we were only eligible for the discount rack version of happiness. I mean, I was settling with relationships like I was haggling at a garage sale. What? The opportunities I talked myself out of. And trust me, I know this because I earned a PhD in ignoring red flags. Actually, not even red flags. The flags were on fire. Parade was marching. There was even a marching band. And I was still sitting on the sidewalk like, guys, I just think he's really misunderstood. No, Ashley, he was exactly understood. Here's the tea. I always knew my worth. Problem was, my willpower was on a permanent vacation for about 14 years. Okay, so from the age of 17 to 31, I was out here running an emotional loyalty program with no benefits. When I got pregnant with my first child, my two best friends noticed a change in me before I noticed it in myself. They watched me start accepting things that didn't align with who I was. Actually, it was just a little bit before I got pregnant with Rowan. Always had set the bar wicked high because I know what I bring to the table. I know the energy I carry. I know the loyalty and support I give other people. I vibrate at a high frequency. But somewhere along the way, I started accepting ground level behavior. I'm talking like underneath the grass, dirt, worms, bugs, core of the earth behavior, while expecting penthouse heaven level results. And because I didn't love and value myself enough, I ended up damaging those friendships too. Not because they were bad friends, because they were trying to tell me things I was not ready to hear. Sometimes the people who love us the most become the easiest people to push away when they're holding up a mirror. So Yazzie and Shelby, if you're watching this, I love you both. I see the mirror now, and I am sorry. Now, cue to my children's father. This man looked opportunity in the face and said, no thanks, bro. Hardcore. Now, before anybody gets excited in the comments, people can absolutely change. I believe that with my whole heart. This is not directed at people battling addiction who decide that they want a better life. Those people deserve support. I support those people. This is strictly about someone who looked every opportunity in the face to change and basically said, nah, I'm good. That was one of the biggest wake-up calls of my life because I spent so much time thinking if I loved harder, supported harder, prayed harder, sacrificed harder, I could somehow fix everything. Meanwhile, God was up there probably like, Ashley, respectfully, what are you doing? I am literally giving you someone and showing you what you don't want and need. Stop trying to make a circus clown into a showman. Because no amount of love, support, sacrifice, fixing, praying, begging, coaching, mothering, or losing sleep can change someone who does not want to change themselves. I learned that lesson the hard way. The relationship was so chaotic. I'm pretty sure that it wasn't a relationship. I was actually just filming a low-budget season of Cops. Every morning, I'd wake up wondering, what's today's adventure? Will it be peace, growth, communication? Or are we just speed-running emotional and physical damage again today? Eventually, I left because mine and my children's life was in danger at this point. And then my life turned into what can only be described as a season finale by Breaking Bad. Within 30 days, I got a restraining order, left Missouri, packed up an entire 4-bedroom house, loaded up my 1-year-old child, all while I'm pregnant, dragged my poor mother into the adventure. Shout out Tina for putting up with my spiraling bullshit. Moved back to New York, had nowhere to live, stayed in a hotel room. Then I found an apartment, had no job for about 2.5 months, and somehow still survived it all. Looking back, I honestly think I was running on just pure adrenaline and fear of, I need to figure this the out. I remember sitting there thinking, whoa, this seems less than ideal. But somehow, everything worked out. I found a job that I absolutely love and am eternally grateful for. I started rebuilding my life. I rekindled friendships. Shout out Mara, shout out Miranda. I started becoming the version of myself I had abandoned years before. And for the first time in a very long time, I started choosing me. Then came my last relationship. Shout out to him though, because he was the absolute plot twist for me. All the love, homie, if you're watching. My last boyfriend literally broke up with me because he could not give me the things that I deserved. He realized that, not me. And at first, I handled that information with all the grace of a raccoon trapped in a dumpster. I was auditioning for a role that nobody asked me to play. Completely crazy. Just absolutely losing my mind. Like, what the fuck do you mean? How do you get to determine what I deserve? And one day I woke up and I thought, wait a minute. What if this man is right? What if I actually do deserve more? Everything started working. I realized I didn't need another relationship. I needed a software update. I had to completely rewire how I viewed myself, my worth, my boundaries, what I was willing to accept. And here's the crazy part. My life has felt so much more free since that breakup. I have been happier, more confident, more successful, more peaceful. Again, no qualms to him. Shout out. We are very appreciative of this. It turns out the love of my life wasn't hiding in another relationship. She was underneath, hiding behind all the self-doubt. And that's why I do what I do now. Being a spiritual wellness coach isn't just a title. Helping people build self-love and confidence so unshakable so they can stop settling for lives, relationships, friendships, and opportunities that don't align with who they truly are. If I can go from being emotionally feral, rebuilding my life from literally ground zero, to coaching people on how to stop being extras in their own movies, you can transform too. If you're in a season of people pleasing, self doubting, and settling, stop searching for your worth in other people's pockets and opinions. Grow it yourself. And if you're watching this and you're stuck where I used to be, let me just save you some time. Again, stop looking for your worth in other people. Build it yourself, because confidence and happiness is not something that you find. It is something you create. Now, he might not have been my soulmate, but like I said, he was my plot twist. So again, very thankful for that relationship. When I look back at my life, I don't see failures anymore. I see lessons. Very expensive lessons. Very dramatic lessons. Some of them came with restraining orders. Some came with therapy bills. Some came with red flags so big you could have seen them from space. But lessons nonetheless. And if there's one thing I've learned, it's that confidence isn't waking up one day magically loving yourself. Confidence is finally getting tired of your own bullshit. It's looking at your life and saying, girl, what are we doing here? And then actually doing something about it. Because here's the truth. I always knew my worth. I always knew what I wanted. I always knew the kind of life, relationship, friendship, and success that I deserved. I just spent about 14 years refusing to act accordingly. And that's a long time to willingly participate in your own bullshit. So from 17 to 31, I was basically collecting life lessons like Pokemon cards. Call me Ash, gotta catch 'em all. Trauma, got it. Red flags, got those too. Questionable relationship decisions, baby, I completed the whole collection. But if you're watching this and, like I said, you're where I used to be, settling, people pleasing, ignoring every sign the universe is sending you, just know that your life can change. Mine did. I went from rebuilding my life to building a beautiful life. From losing friendships to healing them. From chasing love to becoming it. And now I get to help people do the same. Which is honestly wild, considering there was a solid 14-year stretch where I should not have been trusted to make my own decisions. But here we are. The moral of the story? Stop auditioning for roles in other people's lives. Start becoming the main character in yours. And I know y'all have heard that little metaphor quite a bit. If all else fails, ask yourself one question, depending on how old you are. Add 14 years. So in my case, would 31-year-old Ashley be proud of this decision? Because 22-year-old Ashley? Absolutely unhinged. We love her. We appreciate her. We thank her for her service. But we do not let her drive the bus anymore. So thank you for coming to my TED Talk. Now go drink some water. Heal your inner child. Touch some grass. Stop texting people that God already removed from your life. And check out my journal, Becoming Her. This is where all the magic happened. I just put it into book form. I love you guys.